Hello everyone, welcome to my classroom. I'm Neetu Ann Thomas, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, SNIT Adur. I've been teaching you Principles of Management, which is being taught for the 6th semester KTU BTech students. So this video is a continuation of the answers discussed for the second series examination for Principles of Management. So in our last lecture we have discussed till the 4th question. Now we're going to discuss about the 5th question. It is about the job design. The question was, what do you mean by job design, and explain its need and also indicate the factors influencing it. Right, so you need to write what you actually mean by job design. So job design is a process of organizing tasks, duties and responsibilities into a unit of work to achieve organizational objectives. Job design defines the various tasks required to do a specific job and the method of performing of task. Also, job design establishes the relationship that should exist between the job holder and his superiors, subordinates, and colleagues. So that is actually what you mean by job design. Now we are going to learn about the importance of job design, or what is the need for job design. Firstly, it helps a firm in achieving cost reduction by eliminating the causes of accidents and injuries through enhanced health and safety measures. Right. Secondly, it enhances the employee's satisfaction, motivation, involvement and commitment levels, leading to improved cooperation between the management and the employees. Thirdly, it contributes effectively to the organizational effectiveness. So these are the 3 points you need to say about the needs or importance of job design. Third part of the question is factors affecting the job design. So for that, you need to write minimum of 4 points. The question contains 5 marks. So you need to write at least 3 points on factors. So organizational requirements, in the sense, jobs must be designed according to the requirement of the organization, which will include high productivity, quality of work, etc. Secondly, individuals' likes and dislikes. Usually people have different likes and dislikes. Some people like to work alone, while some people prefer to work in groups. So individual likes and dislikes must be considered while designing the job. Right. Thirdly, it's technology. The level of technology used by the organization also affect the job design. An organization having a high level of technology will have different job designs compared to an organization having a low level of technology. Right. The fourth one is organization structure. It affects the job design because individual jobs must fit to the organization structure. Otherwise, it becomes more complicated. Right. So these are the factors I could say affecting job design. This much you should write for the fifth question, which contains 5 marks. The 6th question is, list the steps of selecting engineers in a production firm. So for any selection in any firm, you have a common procedure of selection process. It is, first one, receiving application. Secondly, screening of the application. Thirdly, employment test. Fourth, employment interview. Fifth, checking references. Sixth, physical examination. And finally, the final selection test. So anybody who undergoes a interview will be under these 7 steps, or they should satisfy these 7 processes in order to join a firm or an organization. So you need to explain on each point. It contains 7 marks. So you have 7 points. You should explain on each point. If there is proper explanation, you will get all the 7 marks. Right. So the next question is, Seventh question. With the help of a block diagram, explain how a feed forward and a feedback control mechanism works. So feed forward control system is a type of control system where the managers implement control even before the actual activity begins. Right, that is feed forward control. When managers need for effective control is a system when they tell them it's a time to take a corrective action well in advance before the problem actually occurs. That is feed forward control. So it is also known as input control or steering control. This type of control focuses on the human resources, physical resources, financial resources that become the input for the transformational process. Ability of the managers to anticipate the problem, or they should know what will happen well in advance. That is feed forward control system. Right. So secondly, we're going to discuss about feedback control system. In feedback control system, the main aim of this system is to identify the undesirable output and apply corrective actions. So in feedback control, the information received as feedback is typically fed into the process for taking necessary remedial actions. The underlying principle of this control system is that everyone can learn from the past experiences. The weakness of this control is that there may be time delay in taking corrective action to solve the problem. For instance, when the income statement reveals loss at the end of the business year, the information may be of no use to the manager as the loss had already occurred. So this is feedback control system. You may use this type of diagram also to explain the feedback control system. Right. So these things have to be explained for the question with block diagrams, which is of 6 marks. So 3 points and 1 block diagram would do for one part of the question, and 3 points and block diagram of the other control system would do another 3 marks. That's how you'll get 6 marks. Right. Now I'm going to discuss about the next question. Qualities of an effective leader. That is the 8th question, which carries 5 marks. Right, qualities of an effective leader. So there are many qualities that we can write. This is a question, general question, where you can implement any of your points, like whichever point you think is favorable for the question, you can answer it. I have listed out some of the qualities of general qualities of an effective leader. First of all, motivator. So even a reward such as a medal or a certificate have a motivating power because they are a way of satisfying the social needs and higher needs of an employer. Once higher needs are met, such as rewards, the motivation to keep working for more recognition normally increases. So managers should devise a reward structure based on prevailing situation in the organization and integrate into the system of managing. So he should act as a motivator in order to improve the effectiveness of managing skills in an organization. Secondly, clarity in communication. When there is no proper communication, then the organization cannot achieve its goals. Communication must be clear so that each individual will understand what they want to achieve. Right. Thirdly, it is supplemental use of information in informal organization. That is, communication tends to be more effective when managers utilize the informal organization to support the communication channels of the formal organization. Managers should make use of informal groups so that formal groups can be strengthened. Fourthly, it is influential process. That is, leadership involves a process of persuading or inducing individuals or groups to pursue organizational goals and objectives. It does not typically involve the use of corrective methods to influence people. Fifth, situation. He should be a situation handler. That is, leadership is exercised at a given point of time and under a specific set of circumstances. The effectiveness of leadership depends upon the situational variables. Different leadership styles will be appropriate under different situations. Sixth, power-based activity. That is, the power of the leader's position has a definite influence on the employees. So you should have greater power. Greater the power, greater the leader's influence or followers. So he should have a great power-based activity. The works he do should be of greater power. So these are the 6 qualities of a effective leader. So the last question in the question paper of second series examination is distinguish between trait approach and contingency approach to leadership. This is a very important question that carries 5 marks. Okay, so these many previous questions contain this special question. So you have to learn thoroughly. The trait approach assumes that leaders are born and not made. This approach is based on the assumption that great leaders possess certain inborn qualities and characteristics that differentiate them from their followers. So it is also called as great person theory. It also maintains that people behave in a particular way because of the strength of the traits they possess. So this theory believes leaders and non-leaders could be differentiated by a universal set of traits and characteristics. While in contingency approach to leadership, here the studies show that the situation in which the leader exists would ask him to adjust his leadership style accordingly. That is, according to the situation, he would change his leadership style. Adjusting the leadership style as per the need of the situation or as per the group of employees or subordinates handled is the essence of situational leadership style. Contingency approach is also known as situational leadership. Right, so it includes that there is no use of one best style of leadership. That is, there is no one best style. According to the situation, the styles can also change. So a large number of studies have been made on the basis of that leadership is strongly affected by the situation from which the leader emerges and he or she operates. So that is what you can tell about trait approach and contingency approaches. Hope you're clear with the idea. That's all. These are the questions which are contained in the second internal examination. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. I'll be explaining it individually. That's all for the day. Thank you.